G'day and welcome to The Tackle, running you through everything from round 7 of the AFL. I'm Dave McClung. I have not played an AFL game in my life. I'm with AFL legend Shaun McManus. G'day, mates.
Good on you, Dave. Yeah, good to have you here for the for your first episode of The Tackle.
Thanks for having me. Let's run through some of the big games from the weekend. We'll start with your team, Freo. Good game on the weekend.
It was a cracker, mate. I took my mum there for Mother's Day. I thought they were fantastic. You would have thought at three-quarter time they were in a lot of trouble. Jonathan Griffin out with a knee reconstruction, did his knee early in the first quarter. Collingwood looked to seem to be running all over the Dockers, but they fought back big time, mate, and got the chocolates.
So what do the Dockers take out of that? Because they obviously had 2 bad quarters, but they got a lot of injuries. It was a good performance considering, I guess. Yeah,
no, it was a fantastic performance. I think what you take out of it is the fact that we can compete, or they can compete. Always describe myself as being part of it, obviously. At any level, against any team, with the right attitude. That's what it comes down to.
Now, my favourite player of the game was Michael Walters. We've got a few highlights of his. Check these out.
Walters and O'Brien. O'Brien might get there first. Walters not out of it, though. Under enormous pressure, O'Brien. Walters demanded it, got it, went with it, and kicks it to the square. He cannot. Oh, he can't. All the way to full forward. Walters stays down. Mzungo went up. Couldn't take it. Walters is going to have the last say here. He runs in, rams it through, they go crazy at Patterson's.
Sweet. Why don't we move on to my team? I'm a West Coast supporter.
Yes, Dave.
Look, it wasn't a great game on the weekend, to be honest. West Coast not convincing against Brisbane at all. The margin was quite flattering in the end, really.
Yeah, it was. Brisbane gave away some really bad turnovers in the last couple of minutes, and therefore the game just blew out. It was actually goal for most of the game. Brisbane won a lot of statistical areas, but I've got to say that I think the wheels are starting to turn for West Coast. And sometimes it's a matter of just getting a couple of wins, building the confidence, Dave, getting some continuity, which they've been lacking, and this could be the turnaround part.
Can they beat North Melbourne this Friday?
Yes, they can, but the Kangaroos are up and about too. Majak Daw kicked 6 on the weekend.
That's going to be the big one. Nat Nui and Majak Daw's playing.
They'll be the back page of the paper. You can guarantee that come Friday morning.
Let's just check out the winning moment when Josh Hill kicked the winning goal against the Lions on the weekend.
Can't afford to. Oh, that could be the error. That could be the one. Josh Hill with speed and poise.
Shawnee, we'll finish off with the big game of the weekend. It was the grand final replay, Hawthorn versus Sydney. A bit of an anticlimax, really. It wasn't even close.
Well, Hawthorn were all over him pretty much from the get-go, and as we saw, Buddy Franklin back in town to a degree. Only kicked 3, but I almost can see that, God, if he gets into form, he
looked
really,
ominous. He looked really ominous. Where does that leave Sydney? They didn't look great.
They're always going to be a team that's going to be thereabouts. I think they've just got that structure. They've got that belief that they can grind out wins. They've been doing it for over a decade, so I've got no doubt they'll still play in the finals. They have to tackle Fremantle this week. We'll see how that goes down. But for Hawthorn, though, they're going to be one of those teams who a lot of people tip to play in the grand final.
Yeah, they're going to be up and about this year. Let's check out some of Buddy from the weekend.
Through the middle of them and finds Franklin, keeps his feet. He's well within range. The angle suits him. Buddy breaks the drought. Buddy sits over the top here. Bailey there as well. Buddy and Richards. Richards and Buddy. Buddy just pours through 1, 2. Bang! Buddy's got 3.
So a big weekend at AFL coming up as well. The Dockers do take on Sydney. Can they beat the Swans over at the SCG?
Yeah, I think so. A bit of rejigging in the ruck with Jonathan Griffin out, but they do have Fife and Hill coming back in. There's the pluses there. But the other game, obviously, Friday night footy here at Patterson's here in Perth.
Big one.
West Coast. Dave,
I think the Eagles will win quite easily against North Melbourne. I'm going to say 60+. But I'm not going to tip the Dockers.
Are you joking?
No, you heard it here first. And I'm not here next week, so I don't have to answer to that one. Hey, thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic week, Shawnee.
Good on you, Dave.
Nova.